Them girls in this episode got ate up like a 5-star meal in goddamn Food Wars. So the mission, Tendo and Ryuzaki go buy a big old TV. For some reason, that's on his bucket list that he wants a gigantic TV. Also, Tendo and Ryuzaki share a bucket list now because he's now putting his dreams, his aspirations in that same thing. Ryuzaki, I'm really confused on your mission here. Like, I know you want to be a comedian, right? But like, how? He was literally reading up and like, oh, I got to do this, that, and the other. I'm saying like, none of that actually matters right now, brother. There is no agency around that's going to be like, hey, you can be a comedian. I mean, if you want to be a comedian, just start making jokes right now. I done did it. I'm Dave Chappelle now. Gotcha, bitch. But as they're on this mission to go get a goddamn TV, they run to a bunch of zombies as per usual. And then they get locked up in this like convenient type of store area with 3 other women and this dude on the side that's freaking out. So here's one of my actual gripes about this episode. I'm not gonna lie. One of the flight attendant girls, because they're all flight attendants. So one of the girls actually asked, hey, are any of you guys bit? Obviously, Tendo and Ryuzaki say no. So my thought process with all this is the fact that if you are having that type of thought process going into this, knowing that, hey, if someone's bit, they need to get out of here, why aren't you checking them? Because in this episode later on, we find that that dude that's freaking out in the corner over there, not really enjoying any of the stuff that's going on, yeah, he was bit. And yeah, he was the reason why everybody died. So it's just like, if you're taking those precautions, why aren't you checking these suckers out too? Especially that guy. The dude was there before they even got there. So to me, that made no absolute sense. But I digress. Because we did have a little heartfelt moment within this episode here. And one of the reasons why ultimately I really liked this show and its message. Because Tendo also had another mission, which is trying to pick up a girl. And so he's trying to make that attempt. Doesn't really work out because he's asking like, oh, do you have a boyfriend? In a zombie apocalypse, guys. Obviously the girl's like, second what? And so he ends up freaking drowning beer into his nose, and that's when the party started, and I'm like, what? I don't know. But they decided to finally get a little bit close here because she comes by, checks on Tendo because Tendo's actually wasted. You already know how that happened, right? And so they start having like a whole moment with each other, and ultimately, she didn't really like her job like that either. Or at least she began not to, only because of the people. Lady, I understand completely.
I'd like to speak to the manager.
I'd like to speak to your dead father.
People suck. But Tendo has words of wisdom for her. If it's your dream and you are the one that made this dream, you should still go and try to chase it, no matter what some other sucker is talking about. And I really like that message that was kind of there here. Because at the end of the day, it was her dream to do flight attending in the first place. A massive goal for her. Tendo, on the other hand, wasn't even sure if this job that he had is his dream, or if it's a dream that someone wanted him to have. And that's always something that you got to differentiate between the two. And this is just what I really like about the show, because it's really down to earth in that sense. It's not necessarily about the zombie apocalypse, but it's about the people, about the toxic environment, how work can typically be, and ultimately what kind of dreams and aspirations and goals that you have, and how are you going to go ahead and take it. With all that aside, they're gone. It was a sad moment. He got his TV, and we move on. We move on. Also, how the heck were they able to drive with that TV, with that motorcycle? Like, if you look at that crap made no goddamn sense. Also, what's interesting about this episode, we actually didn't get the next character for the show, the next team member. I'm assuming, I guess she's gonna come next week. I'm not sure, honestly. I need to see Beatrice, goddamn it, she looking nice. But I can't say. I do wonder where we go from here when it comes to the show. Like, what is actually the end goal here? Because I'm very curious about that. But there's only one way to find out, right? You keep watching. But I'm gonna head out of here. This is a solid 8 out of 10 episode. What do y'all think? Like, comment, do what you gotta do. I will see you in the next one. Until then, people, break out. Yeah.
Are you sure about that?